Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to teach you how to design a movie application in ASP.NET Core. So first of all, just I'm going to design a API in ASP.NET Core RESTful API, and after that I will design it in uh, ASP.NET Core Web Application. So consume the Web API in a Web Application also. Okay. So first of all, design the API with the proper role, proper authentication, proper claims. So that is the interface you have to see. That is the movie app. And here we have genres like that: movie search options, genre, actor, theater, and movies. And just I want to create agenda, that is the API, that is the web application that is done in the ASP.NET Core web application. And the next part is the create actor, that is the name of the actor, date of birth of the actor, select pictures, biography, and search movie in the behalf of like the title, genre, and the upcoming release, and in theaters, login details, that is email and the passwords, and all. So just I want to design this movie app in ASP.NET Core. Okay, so just create a project name, that is movie.api, and just create in .NET Framework, that is .NET Framework 7.0. Okay, so just get started. So first of all, just I'm going to divide the authentication system in the form of the claims. So here we have a new API system, and know that just I want to use a services folder, and here we have services. And under the services folder, just I'm going to add a new data service, that is data seeding part. Okay, so here we have a data seeding part, and just I'm going to add a default role as well as the default claims and default user for the application. So just I want to use identity in the application. So here we have the new part, that is the data part. So add a new part, that is data part. And here we have just add a new data, that is ApplicationDb Context. Okay, so also add entities in the project. So add new entities in the project, and the first entity, that is the application user in our application. So here we have a new empty file, that is application user.cs. So here we have an application user class, and that is inherited with the identity user class. And you know that identity user have lots of properties like ID, username, email, and more. So just I want to resolve this types of error message, and you can use Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity. That is the package name. So here we have ASP.NET Core.identity. Okay. So if you want to take another name of the user, that is the name. So just you can take it here like that, string, and here we have full name, and just make it in a label right here. Okay, now after that we will go for the next part, that is identity. And just I want to add in the data tab, that is the new empty file, and here we have just use ApplicationDB context file. And in the ApplicationDB context is must inherited with the IdentityDB context, and IdentityDB context is used, that is application user class. And IdentityDB context is actually existing in the Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity.entity framework core package. Okay, so just you have to install it by using control dot to resolve these issues. So just press your keyboard key control dot and resolve the namespace error message. And after that you can make a constructor, and inside the constructor you have to add db context options, and inside the db context options you have to just pass application db context. And after that we have to use options, and make it there, that is the base class and with the options. Okay, so everything is fine. Now just make this in the next tab. Okay, so here we have the application user class is actually added. Now the next part is to add identity in our application. So must to use ApplicationDB context right there. So here we have just use connection string in the app settings.config file, app settings.json file. So here we have the connection string right there, and here we have the connection string like that. So here we have a connection string that is the default connection, and the server is local db ms equal local db, and the database is like that. So just use movie app db, and movie app db, its a name is already exist, I think. So just you can take another name, movie theater app db, that is the database name. And here we have a trusted connection true, multiple active result set is also true. So save this connection string, and after that you have to initiate a connection string and register that connection string in the program.cs file. In the program.cs file you have to register your connection string like that, builder.services.add db context, add db context, and in which you can add application db context, and here you can just pass options, use options dot use SQL Server, and SQL Server have not a package, so just use SQL Server inside there. So manage NuGet package and add a NuGet package, that is SQL Server, and here we have a SQL Server package, that is Microsoft.entity-framework-core.SQL Server. So just make it here to install it and accept it. After installing the process, you have to notice that here we have the program.cs file and use SQL Server control dot, use Microsoft.entity framework core, that is the package name. So here there is the connection string, that is builder.configuration.get connection string. Now after that you have to add identity in the project. So builder dot add identity, that is the package name, builder dot services dot add identity, and identity here we have to use application user identity role. So application user control dot, that is inside in the entities, and identity role is actually existing in the Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity package. And add entity framework core, that is ApplicationDB context. There is no need to define add default token provider. So that is fine. Now save this. After saving the connection string right there, you have to use your identity right now. Now application DB context is actually inherited with the identity DB context. You know that very well. Now after that, you have to use your data seeding part is there. So here we have a data seeding part. Now just add a role and the claims to the application. So here we have to just add a new empty file, and here we have application user and application DB context and DB services. So that is the IDB initializer, IDB initial.cs, and here we have IDB initial. Just take a simple method that is initial. Okay, so after that you have to add initial package method name, and after that you have to create the package, create a method that is empty file, that is db initial.cs, and inside the db.initial you have to use idb initial. idb initial is implement interface, and here you can just add two class name, that is the private read only uh, and user manager with the application user, and here we have user application user, so app user. Now the next one is the role manager with the identity role. So just you have to add both these line and initiate in the constructor, that is constructor like that. So here we have the default constructor right there, and after that we have to initiate a user first of all and role to the application. The first role, that is admin, just I want to add in the application. So here we have just use if not await, that is the not there is a use, so just use role manager dot uh, role exist async, that is admin. So just I want to take admin instead of, you can take a utility package right there, utility folder right there. So add a new folder, utility, and inside the utility you have to create a new fixed details. So just create a new empty file, and here you can just add static details.cs file. Inside the static details you have to make that static files, and after that you have to create roles, that is public static string, public static string, that is the admin role, and inside it you can take admin. Okay, the similarly you have to create another role like that, that is the customer role, that is customer. Now save this. After that, if we have two roles in the application, that is admin role and the another one is the customer role. Now db initial is like that. So here we have the role manager dot role exist async. Here you can just add sd dot admin role, and if it is not there, so just you can use get awaiter dot get result. Okay, so fine. It is, if it is not there, so just you have to use create a new role by using underscore uh, role manager dot create async new identity role st dot admin role dot get awaiter dot get result. Now after that you have to create new one. Just copy that and paste it there. And here we have role manager dot create async new identity role st dot customer role and get awaiter dot get result. Okay, so find that here we have two roles in our application, that is admin and the customer. Now after that we have to do, that is create a new user account like that, where app user, and inside the app user here we have app user is also there, so that is the application user. Okay, so application user is must initialize here, so it's new application user, and application user have their username, that is admin @ gmail.com, and the password, sorry, email is also the same, that is admin @ gmail.com. So just copy that and paste it there, and after that you have to create a new user. So by using user manager, so underscore user manager, what the inside it there. Okay, so user manager is also application user, so just take it here, user manager. So underscore user manager dot create async, and inside there you can take that is app user, and with the password that is admin@123 dot get awaited dot get result. Okay, now after that you can just pick the user where user equals to await user manager dot find by email async. There is no need of the user await right there. So find by email async. So there is the email that is admin@gmail.com dot get awaited dot get result. Okay, so here we have two things right there, get awaited and get result. Here we have the user. Now just I want to assign the user in the role. So underscore user manager dot add to role async, and here we have user with the st.admin role that get awaited and get result. After that I want to assign the claims to the user right there. After that you have to use user manager dot add claim async, and just I want to add claims to the admin, and just I want to add a new system dot a new, that is the security dot claims. So there is no need right there, no security dot claims, and here we have a edit role, that is a role I want to add it here, role, and the role is what, that is admin, and st dot admin role, and that is the admin. And here we have just assigned the user manager to add claim to the user, that is the role, that is sd.admin role. Okay, now finalizing process is completed right there. So assign the admin role by default. So add in that is the part of, that is the program.cs file, and add it here like that. So that is the part of data seeding, and you can use it here. So data seeding is using, and in which you can just create scope, and here we have just use services scope.service provider, and the context there is no need, user manager there is no need, role manager there is no need, and just I want to call that is the db initial, and inside the db initial just use service.get required service idb initial, that is just I want to inject it here as a scoped service. So builder dot services dot add scoped idb initial and db initial. So here we have a data seeding part right there, get result db initial dot get awaited dot get result. So perform very well. Now after that we will use like that. Now after that just I'm going to add a new feature in this video, just add a controller, that is the accounts controller. So here we have just add a new item controller and add a API controller right now. So here we have a API controller, and the controller name is accounts controller. Okay, so just I'm going to add first of all HTTP post, and HTTP post method just I'm going to add public async and the task of action result, and action result is actually going for your that is the class name, that is the response DTO, register response, or you can say that uh, auth DTO, that is the type of authentication DTO. So just you can make is authentication DTO, or you can say authentication response. That is the class name. That is the perfect class name, authentication response. So here we have that is inside the whole R DTOs part. So just add a new folder, and here we have DTOs, and just add that is authentication response dot this types. Okay, so just resolve this issue. Now after that we will use where user, and user is actually new application user, and you can take it here application user, that is username. Oops, username is not there. What happening? Okay, application user is not resolved. So after that we will call username, and username is what? Username is like that. Here we have user credentials, so that is register DTO, and here we have register DTO. Just make it a new class, register DTO.cs, and inside it you can take prop string username. Okay, so here we have username and the prop string email. Oops. Email, and the last one is the passwords. Okay, so everything is fine. Now just go for the next part, that is accounts controller, and here we have the username, that is register DTO dot username. Okay, and the email is like that. Email is register DTO dot email. Okay, and now is use user manager class. So first of all, user manager is registered right there. So private read only user manager with the application user class. So just control dot and identity. Okay, now after that we will use await user manager, or you can say where result is await user manager dot create async user and register DTO dot password. If result is succeeded, if result is not result dot succeeded, that goes for the bad request. Otherwise you can just else written, and you can say that await generate token, and token is what? Not, and generate token is what? That is generate simple token, generate method, that is generate token. Okay, so save this.